Hello and welcome. This is James Maduke speaking. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a short video on an AI-powered graphics tool that makes creating graphics for your online courses, your how-to video tutorials way easier. Now, where this fits in, of course, is when you're creating online courses or perhaps any AI-powered content, you often generate a lot of great text with AI tools like ChatGPT and Claude, but it's text-based, and it would be really great if we could have some graphics that fit specifically into the content we've created, and more importantly, allow us to convey more concepts or explain complicated things in simple ways, or create visuals that allow us to remember what the content's about. So this particular topic is called mylens.ai, and what makes it different compared to some of the other tools is it is AI powered, and you can create visuals before you create the online course. In many cases, some of the other tools that you'll find, AI powered ones, is they allow you to basically create a visual based on the content you already have. This particular tool has AI powered in the start, and what it does is it allows you to create a prompt which generates the visual. And if you have the visual, you may find that it's a lot easier to create the content for your online course or how-to video or how-to tutorial. So let's take a look at it. I'll go through a couple examples, and we'll see if it fits into what you're trying to do when you're building out your education business. So again, the tool is called mylens.ai, and it's a pretty simple interface. I'll go through it just so that you can see what happens. Here's the mylens.ai is where it is. And it's a very, very simple interface to get you started. And what happens is if you look up at the top, there's a couple things I just want to make sure that you kind of understand up front. The first one is that they do, if you go to the pricing, they do have a free version. So there is a free version to use, and then some monthly costs for the Pro, Growth, and Enterprise versions. The thing that is the limit here is that you're only allowed basically to do what they call stories, but create one graphic per day, or three graphics, pardon me, per day when you're using the free version. And it only allows you to put one input in. And I'll show you where the inputs are again in a moment. So what happens with this one is you have a couple things that you can do. First one is you can just do a traditional prompt where it says ask anything here, and it will create a graphic for you. And you have the best visual right here is the one that the AI tool will kind of pick which one fits correctly or is best represented with the content, or you can actually choose from 4 different types here: a timeline, a mind map, a quadrant, or a table. Now here's the interesting thing. When we do a prompt, we're not giving it any particular input. We're just using AI, or it's using AI, to basically create an answer and a graphic representation of what you're prompted. On the other hand, the other option that we have here is if we give it some inputs, like a CSV or an Excel file or table, a PDF document, maybe an image that we already have, a link to a YouTube video, which is one of the ones I'll show you, and maybe some long text that we put in, we can input that and it will create a graphic based on that. So it's both sides of the coin here. It's like the flip side of the coin. It's before we create the content, we can get a visual image to work from, or after we create the content, we can upload it or add it. And when you have a paid version, you can add multiple different types of content. This free one that I'm on right now, of course, I'm only allowed to add one piece of content. So let's do a simple one first. I'm going to make sure, first of all, I just want to know if there's anything that's here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to show you there. I'm just going to make sure that I log in. And again, I do have an account here. I opened up a free account, so we'll open this one up and make sure that we're logged in. And you'll see that the interface changes a tiny bit in that we have some folders on the left-hand side, and then we've got the same input here in the middle. So let's say, for example, I want to show, and we'll just put a prompt in here, and I'm just going to say So I'm just going to say, what is the best way to create video tutorials? And I'll put tutorials for an online course. So I've asked it for a timeline. I haven't given any inputs. I've just said I want a timeline. I could go and pick, for example, a mind map or a quadrant or a table. But for now, I'm just going to pick an order because this is a bit of a process. And I'm going to go and we'll just do the prompt here and see what happens. So in the background, what should happen here is it's going to go and it's going to create some kind of answer based on the prompt that we've done. And it's now given us a timeline here. Now, this is pretty cool. We've got the planning phase, defining objectives. We've got the script writing, storyboard creation, equipment setup, recording, and editing. So it's created a pretty good graphic for us based on just a prompt that we've made and requiring or requesting a timeline. Now, if you're creating an online course or you're thinking about creating some kind of video tutorial, this is an easy way to go, oh, I don't just have some text that got created by ChatGPT or Claude. I actually have now a visual representation of exactly what it is that I'm looking for when I'm going to talk or going to create the video to teach this particular process. And from here, we can do a couple neat things. Up in the right-hand corner, if I open this up for us again, you'll see there's a share button. So what we can do is we can download the PNG file, and then the Pro one is having a transparent background. So we're just going to do this one here, and we can adjust the size on how we want to do it. And again, this is a small size that we get because we're doing the free version, but we can get a larger size with the paid one. So this is a kind of cool process that we've got here put together. On the left-hand side, you can see that we can rename it or delete it if we want to make sure that it's a particular way that's set up. I also have the ability to do some further prompts here, I believe. But here's the other one that, so I just want to make sure, let's download it, see what happens. So we've now got a download available for us, and I'm going to go put this one here, and we'll create a new folder. I think I've already got a folder there, so we're going to put it in the mylens folder, and we've now got it saved. So there's one where we just use a prompt. We created a graphic that we can now use to talk about or create videos of about a process that worked for us. Now, I'm not sure we can do this in the let's do this one here and see. They've got some additional prompts that have been suggested. So let's go and create that one and just say, create a video sales letter, script writing steps, and it's now picked a mind map for us to cover all of the different pieces here as well. And if I want to go and share that one, I'm sure I can download another one. So we've now got two graphics that are available for us, again, before we actually create the content. Now here's the other thing for when we're doing this. Now I've used two, so I should have one more particular project to do. You can see it says one story left today. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to do a new one. And what I want to do is in this input, and again, I've got a video here, so I'm going to give it an input. I'm going to give it a YouTube link. It's going to say, what's the YouTube link? And I'm going to paste it in. And I'm going to add to the story. And I'm going to add to the story. And I'm going to say, what kind of visual do I want? So again, I could pick a mind map, a timeline, let it pick the best one. But on this one, I want a mind map because I know that's the piece I want. And I'm just going to go and we'll just do this particular video was about step-by-step create a YouTube video or online course videos with AI. So I'm just going to go make sure that I give it a prompt and say, now I'm giving it some context, right? Whenever we're using AI tools, their ability to give us a response is based on the context that we want. So the context that I'm adding is the YouTube video as one of the inputs. So it's a pretty long video, so we'll see what happens in the background here. And while that's working, what I'm going to do is I just want to talk about this a little bit more. Here's the thing that we always have to remember. When we're creating online content or video content, it can be really hard for the people that are viewing or the people that are looking at your course or your lessons to make sure that they see the big picture as well as the details. Many times when we're using AI tools, it ends up that what people see is just the text, and it's too much. They get overwhelmed, and it's out of context with how people remember stuff or pick up on concepts. So here's what it's created, and I've now got AI video creation. I've got all of the tips that I might want to look at or think about when I am creating my content. And again, we have the option to go and download this as well, and we've now got, it's actually still generating in the background, so it looks like it's probably going through some pieces here, but we've now got graphics that I didn't have to create. I didn't have to spend a whole bunch of time doing it. I didn't have to hire someone to do it. It's something that can be done quickly and easily when you want to make sure that the way that you're teaching online and the way you're presenting material is the best, not only for you, but for the people that are consuming it. If this is the kind of thing you want to learn more about, AI tools for creating online courses and information like that, make sure to use the link below, and I'd love to talk to you about it. And if you have any excitement about this stuff, please take the time to watch some of my other videos or put a comment below and let me know what is of interest to you and what you think about this tool. Of course, like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back again shortly with another great video, how to start, build, and grow your education business. My name is James. It's trainingsites.io.